Well folks, it's back. For the third year running, it's Christmas Selection Box 2025. This is the annual series where we take a look at what British television is identifying as during Christmas time. We've got a nice selection of things to talk about this year, so let's not waste any more time and get right on into it. As usual, we start with the BBC, more specifically BBC One. This year, having dazzled viewers last year with Wallace and Gromit, they bring us more Logic Light Pictures idents. Okay, fine. I'm not exactly expecting Van Gogh levels of presentation like they did last year, but forgive me if I'm wrong, haven't we had this concept for the third time in 5 years? I mean, the big animated film for BBC One this year is The Scarecrow's Wedding, hence why the Scarecrows appear in this particular sequence. Apparently, the name of this set is The Gruffalo and Friends, implying the aforementioned Gruffalo is the de facto mascot this year. The set itself is fine, the animation lovely as always, and is charming. However, I won't sit here and lie and say that if this kind of thing continues, then Julia Donaldson characters are doomed to be stuck on the BBC One Christmas ident for a long time going forward. I believe the set has been fully updated, unlike 2023 when they made some new ones and just reused others. The ident of the tree in particular I think has been done over. I like it. It's more cosy and welcoming. It's certainly not introducing the best programmes for Christmas Day telly, Mrs Brown's Boys notwithstanding. Schedule-wise, I think the fact that 11 PM is taken up by a repeat should say enough. Also, for the first time, Bluey on BBC One. I don't even think I need to tell you this, but BBC Two is reusing the ident set from last year. I want to say like 6 years ago now. A part of me wants them to adopt something different, but another part of me says they'll just fuck it up somehow, so yeah. BBC Three, not bothering. BBC Four, same as last year. BBC Alba, also same as last year. Much to my surprise, or non-surprise for obvious reasons, ITV1 are sticking with their gut and remained authoritarian in a festive kind of way. They have, however, got new brake bumpers featuring a bauble design with physics. Okay, fine, at least they give some amount of a care. In fact, most of the other ITV channels have this bauble design for their brake bumpers too. I assume this is because they literally have no festive idents to show off. Mind you, I don't even know if ITV will remain in its current configuration by next year, mostly to do with the fact that they're in talks with telecommunications giant Comcast on the possibility of buying all their channels. And before you ask, no, I don't want this to happen. ITV's schedule this year is about as good as last year's, especially since Love Actually is getting a peak slot of 9:10 on Christmas Eve. Oh yeah, and they're repeating a box office flop on Christmas Day too. So, take that as you will. On to Channel 4 and... yeah, never mind. Oh sure, Channel 4 may have inexplicably managed to bag the rights to the 2023 remake of The Little Mermaid and Frozen 2, but they also seem to be using their current Christmas idents before specifically festive programmes, as opposed to, well, all the time. I've actually noticed this with Channel 4, they're basically using their normal idents just interweaved with festive ones whenever the mood suits it. Anyway, on to poor old Channel 5. They're having a rough time. I've seen Channel 5, or 5 as the oligarchs insist you refer to it from now on, go through some troubled times this Christmas. They seem to be stuck in an endless loop of repeating dog shit cable television movies from like 1 or 2 years ago. I mean, if I must confess, it is kind of sickening. What's also sickening is their Christmas ident. Finally gone is the shadowy, spiraled Christmas malarkey. Instead we have Pixabay-looking sparkle effects in bright yellow on a dark blue background. And being Channel 5, they couldn't even make a second variant. In fact, they used this exact same effect on the trailer end boards. Complete copy and paste. I would say Channel 5 have the worst, but I mean, the rebranded idents were probably a clue. As for the schedule, it actually makes ITV's look like Stranger Things Season 5. There's the obvious countdown shows, films we'll never show again outside of Christmas, the hand-selected costume drama, music, and more crappy cable TV films. Thanks Channel 5, you never disappoint. Heading back to Wales, we welcome S4C into the picture. Their look this year is an adaptation of last year's idents featuring a little girl and a Welsh dragon. This time, it's outside, so there's variety. I kind of prefer these idents to last year's only because the lighting is actually gorgeous. I actually find it strange how much this differs from their regular idents of Welsh people just doing random shit. But I suppose with the 7 children left in Wales that speak the language, this is very nice indeed. please, S4C, keep doing new festive idents each year so you don't make me lose hope. We have an additional package from the UK TV network too. This time it's You and Dave, or Dave if you're that sort of person. You and Dave have adopted the festive idents first seen on the channel back in 2022, but made them slightly better. Plus they now have a tongue-in-cheek name, Yule and Dave. Fathers all around the world popped a chuckle for a mere moment. Still, it's a nice surprise to see You and Dave make some commitment for Christmas. Kind of strange how this is more effort than ITV, but still, I think that's just the way things have to be sometimes. Finally, an unlikely channel enters the ring, Comedy Central. This year, it seems Comedy Central have added some rather swank new idents that mess around with proportions of letters and lines. They're honestly quite good. For Christmas, they are now Festive Central, and whose identity can be best summarised by this bird shitting on the screen. I will say that without the music, you might struggle to clock if this is a special ident or not at first. However, abstract nonsense does have its place at Christmas, and it's Comedy Central, so it's hard to feel too angry about it as opposed to, like, ITV. Anyway, that's about it. Yeah, I know. A nice bundle of new and familiar, or just plain shit. Come back next year to see if BBC One are still having an affair with Julia Donaldson, if ITV haven't bitten the dust by an American giant, whether Channel 4 makes something that doesn't flop after a bomb's worth of promotion, or if Channel 5 do a single memorable thing outside of having their current logo. As for Sky, well, they're just kind of there. Still, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Hogmanay, Winter Solstice, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and any other holidays being observed in December. And remember, I'm watching you.
High visibility jackets on cats. 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 High visibility jackets on cats.